Is Wargaming making money from our frustration? It is a rhetorical question. Their entire financial ecosystem apparently relies on it. In the gaming industry, there is apparently something known as frustration marketing. If every match was a perfectly coordinated, balanced historical simulation where your teammates used proper equipment and obeyed their roles, you would feel satisfied. Satisfied players don't buy premium tanks or any other premium content. So here follows another perfect example of a perfect storm, a perfect case of frustration marketing. Welcome to Westfield, a beautiful sprawling valley map where matches are won by vision or lost by absolute blindness. Today I'm in the Tier 10 Object 261, shipped alongside a Tier 10 T92 HMC. Both of us have 2 marks of excellence on our barrels, a statistical rarity in public use, and on paper our team had the artillery advantage of a lifetime. But modern world of tanks doesn't care about proper strategy. If you have not seen before 2 top-tier SPGs spotting for a bottom-tier light farming from the red line, this may be your only chance ever. Right after the countdown, our first medium Miolos, ahead of our actual light tanks, is spotted and vaporizes. At 13:55, the WZ-132A takes a good position at K0 and spots 2 enemy mediums, and the T-49 light on the little hill at G0. The Projet Louis, our other light tank, is hiding behind the hill at K6. 13:35, the score is 2-all. The enemy team is completely in the shadows. We are waiting for spots. The enemy SPGs, however, keep shooting because they have spots all the time. I mark the ground where the 4 enemy mediums had been spotted earlier to let our 2 lights know I am ready to shoot. Nothing happens, no response. The Projet Louis is in no position to spot or shoot anyone. The WZ-132A is joined by our UDES 1516 and they move forward. We are actually winning 3-2. Our heavies have won their side and are advancing from the north. The enemy is retreating fast into the valley. They spot an enemy AE Phase 1, which I hit for 353 with a direct hit, and the T92 HMC follows with another direct hit for 444 damage. We are 1 tank up, but 2,000 hit points down. Both SPGs are still reloading when the WZ-132 spots again the enemy mediums, a SHARF-204, a Leox, and an Object 430U. There is also now a Tier 10 Dravik heavy with them. The WZ-132 immediately opens fire and instantly evaporates. UDES 1516 also fires and is also immediately eliminated. I sent a message in the chat. You only had to spot. What was the WZ-132 thinking? Out trading 3 mediums and a top tier heavy? The score now is 3-4 and we are down 3,500 hit points. The enemy advances against our right. We shoot, stun and track the enemy Object 430U, but he still manages to take out our Leox. But let's talk about our other scout, the Tier 9 Projet Louis. While the flank collapses, the Projet Louis stuck safely behind the hill, refusing to spot a single blade of grass. Seeing that everyone else on that side is dead, Projet Louis retreats and he goes to sit behind another rock at G2, about 300 meters behind our 3 snipers, who are around G5. He is now the teammate furthest to the back in relation to our current front line, and he is our light tank. After his retreat, the 2 SPGs are now our team's right wing vanguard. When your 50-ton artillery pieces with paper-thin armor, no camo, and no vision are closer to the enemy than your light tank, you know the matchmaker has failed you. I retreat full speed towards our rear, but the T92 HMC chooses to stay and fight and die. While our light tank is hiding behind his rock, an enemy Leox proxy spots our Xiaofu, who is now being shot by the entire enemy eastern wing. He speeds down the side of the valley to take cover behind some houses. He is rammed and killed by the enemy Leox that charged down the hillside at full speed in a similar style. The Panzer E90 shoots the Leox and leaves him with 185 hit points. I fire a wing shot at the Leox as he is running away, and I splash him for 26 hit points. How about that? He escapes into the shadows alive. The Panzer E90 pings the location of our light tank and writes in the chat, "Go spot, retard." Score is 5-7. We're done 1700 hit points, but the game's still winnable. However, while the entire enemy team is in the dark and we have no shots, the enemy SPGs still keep firing at our heavies. I score a direct hit for 360 hit points on the enemy STB-1 that appears in C6 in full health. We are now down by only 1100 hit points, seeing that we are clawing the game back. The Projet Louis leaves his position at G3 to retreat even further back to the reddest part of the red line at F1, 100 meters behind me, behind the SPG. The T-92 HMC is still our right-wing vanguard. He is still miraculously alive. The enemy Xiaofu magically appears 50 meters away from the T-92 HMC and takes him out. The Panzer E90 shoots the Xiaofu for 704 hit points, and this was how the T-92 HMC did about as much spotting assist as our two scouts combined. The Projet Louis retreats even further back on the red line to E1. He wasn't far back enough from where he can be certain that he has no view to anything in the universe. We could have saved the T-92 had our light tank spotted the approaching Xiaofu. Instead, now the Panzer E100 has been doing the spotting, and he has been spotted, and he also comes under fire by most of the enemy team and evaporates within seconds. He types in chat, "Effing useless debil Projet Louis. The light tank is about 200 meters behind me. How's that for a tactic?" He is maybe hoping I spot for him. I spot indeed the Xiaofu only 200 meters away out in the open, and while he was moving, that's about how good an SPG is at spotting. The Xiaofu spots me back, although I am stationary and in a bush. I instantly evaporate, the Projet Louis fires, and I get a total of 633 spotting assist from the light tank. So while in an SPG, I spotted for our light tank. That may be something for the record books. A Tier 10 Object 261 SPG just acted as the frontline scout for a Tier 9 light tank. The rest of the battle was predictable. The light tank went to hide among our other 4 survivors, who were now being surrounded by a team of invisible ghosts. Our last teammates died ingloriously one by one. Meanwhile, the magic is happening in the chat, which exploded with comments as the catastrophe was unfolding. The Object 430U complained of high ping, 999. I don't think it can get higher. Our problem, however, was not his ping. I wrote in chat at the 8-minute mark, I probably did more spotting than the Projet Louis. I had guessed correctly about 4 times as much. The T-93 HMC replied immediately, same. In fact, he had done as much spotting as both our light tanks combined. At 7:56, the Object 430U with a 999 ping says same. At 7:51, the Panzer E90 writes same. All of them were correct. Each one of them did more spotting than the Projet Louis. The Panzer E90 adds I have 1500 HP assist. So he did twice as much spotting as both our light tanks combined. At 720 I have 1009 spotting assist. That was actually incorrect. That was combined track and spotting assist. I had 376 track assist and 633 spotting assist. Still not bad. The Panzer player exasperates. How can these devils be at tier 9? Thanks, Wargaming. And so the Project Louis finishes top by damage and top by experience, ensuring his personal W8 statistics look wonderful while his team suffered a catastrophic blowout. And here are the results in detail. There's no point of showing really my results, but it would be more interesting to look at the team scores. So the Project Louis, in fact, did a lot of damage and had 2 kills more than any other in the team. And he was top by kills, and he was top by experience as well. Yeah. But how much spotting did he do? He did 147 spotting. And let's look at our other light, the WZ, where was it, 132A? He did 636 spotting. So I did 633, just 3 hit points less than how much our other light tank did, the WZ132A. Let's have a look then, how much spotting did our other teammates. So the T92 HMC did 704 spotting, so about as much as the 2 lights combined. The Jagdpanzer E90 did 1542, as he had said. That's all spotting assist, almost certainly. So twice as much as both our light tanks combined. Okay, I did 1009, as I said. 633 of that was spotting assist, and the rest track assist. Here's the Object 430U. He did 180 spotting assist. That's still more than the Project Louis, so he was right. Yeah, that's it. Frustration marketing indeed. So stay tuned for the next tank disaster. Thank you for watching.